Alaikum, this is Mr. Ahmed Hamza, Sonnet 18 by William Shakespeare. Sonnet 18. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Sonnet 18 is an English or Shakespearean sonnet, often called Elizabethan, because this form became popular in England during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. The external structure. The poem consists of 14 lines of Iambic pentameter, but its arrangement is special. It is organized into 3 quatrains and ends with a rhyming couplet: thee, see. Each quatrain develops a new stage of the argument. For example, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. The first stanza is a quatrain. A quatrain means a group of lines. In a poem, the number of lines is 4. A stanza of 4 lines is a quatrain. We have 3 quatrains, all of 4 lines, then a couplet of 2 rhyming lines. Lines 1 to 4, which is the first quatrain or first stanza, lines 1 to 4 introduce the comparison with summer. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? No, because you are more lovely and more temperate. Starting from the third line, Shakespeare clarified the reasons why his beloved is more lovely and more temperate summer days, because rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, causing them to fall. Number 2, the duration is short. Number 3, sometimes it's too hot. Number 4, and often the sun is blocked by clouds. So we have 4 different reasons, which are all negative features of summer days, starting from line number 3. The poem starts with a rhetorical question. We don't expect this to be answered because simply the second line answers the question. Will I compare you to a summer's day, which is the best season in England? No, I will not, because you are more lovely and more temperate, constant and stable. Then lines 5 to 8. Here, Shakespeare describes the limits of summer and of time. The limits of summer and time. Starting from line 9, he announces that the beloved's beauty will not fade, will never come to an end. His beloved's beauty will last forever. The final couplet is or gives a decisive conclusion about mortality through poetry. This step-by-step build and emphatic ending create a clear logical movement and strong final impact. Well, one of the main themes in this poem is power of art to give immortality. The art here is poetry itself. In other words, we can say that love outlasts time and poetry outlasts both time and love. So a central theme is the power of art to give immortality. The speaker accepts that natural beauty fades, but claims that the beloved's beauty will live forever inside the poem, where time and death cannot destroy it. The rhyme scheme. The last sound in every line. We notice here that the first line rhymes with the third line, they, may, so they both have the same sound, while temperate and date, similar sounds, be, be. Here we find a new sound which is not similar to any of these. See, which rhymes with declines, also the same sound. We give them similar letter because they have the same sound. Shines, declines. Dimmed, untrimmed, different sounds from the above. So in alphabetical order, A, B, C, D, C, D. This is the first two quatrains. A quatrain, as agreed, is a group of lines. A quatrain is a stanza of 4 lines in a sonnet. So the first two quatrains make an octave. An octave is a section of 2 quatrains. Here the number of lines is 8. Let's move on. Fade, different from day, temperate, shines, and untrimmed. This is a new sound. So A, B, C, D, C, D, E. It rhymes with shade, fade, shade. Oust and crossed, different sounds. Then the last 2 lines are rhyming. They are always G, G. This is the way we analyze the rhyme scheme in the poem. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, G. There are 2 larger sections, as I've just mentioned. Although the rhyme pattern is Elizabethan, the idea can be divided like an octave and a sestet. An octave, 8 lines, and a sestet of a section of 6 lines. The rhythm and meter. The rhythm is the internal music. It comes from using the same number of syllables in every line. What is a syllable? A syllable is a sound unit which cannot be divided into smaller units. It has nothing to do with the number of letters in a word. For example, shall is 1 syllable word. I is 1 syllable word. It has nothing to do with the number of letters. How to know? We can rely on the sound itself or the number of vowel sounds in a word. Shall. There is only one vowel sound here. I'm not talking about the number of vowel letters, vowel sounds, the pronounced vowel sounds. How many vowel sounds which are pronounced in the word shall? One. Shall. How about compare? Although there are 3 vowel letters, but this is a 2-syllable word. Compare. 1, 2, 3. But still the word is a 2-syllable word, not 3, because simply this is a magic E. It doesn't count. When we talk about vowels in poetry, we mean the pronounced vowel sounds, not letters. So let's count them now. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Now again we're trying to analyze the rhythm in this sonnet. The rhythm is the internal music. It comes from using the same number of syllables in every line. Let's count the syllables in the first line. Shall I compare 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How about the second line? 1, 2, 3, love, Lee, and more, them, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 syllables. How about the third? 1, rough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the rhythm is the internal music which comes from using the same number of syllables in every line. We have 10 syllables in every line. The first syllable is a weak sound. Shall. I is a strong one. Let's listen to the rhythm together. Shall I compare the two a summer's day? The what? More love, and more temperate, rough winds to shake the darling buds of May, and so on to the end of the poem. So the first syllable is an unstressed sound, an accented sound, a weak sound, while the second is strong. So we can say that every 2 syllables make a foot. Every 2 syllables make a bigger sound unit. We call this sound unit a foot. How many feet? 10 divided by 2 make 5 feet. We have 5 feet. So this foot, whenever you find a foot of 2 syllables in which the first is unaccented and the second is accented, the first is weak and the second is strong, we call this an iamb. What is an iamb? An iamb is a foot. What is a foot? A foot is a sound unit of 2 syllables in which the first is weak, the second is strong. The first is accented, unaccented, and the second is accented. The first is unstressed, the second is stressed, and so on. Weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong. Let's read it the right way. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate, Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Here we find that it sounds like your heartbeat. It's a love song, so the rhythm sounds like your heartbeat. It sounds like da dum, ba bum, ba bum. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. To the end of the poem. This is the way we analyze the rhythm. The steady heartbeat like rhythm reinforces the poem's harmony and the idea of lasting beauty. Well, figurative language. The poem starts with a question, which is a rhetorical question. We don't expect this. The reader, the poet, Shakespeare, doesn't expect us to answer it. The answer is given in the second line. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? No, you are more lovely and more temperate. So this rhetorical question is used to grab the attention of readers and listeners. The first line uses a rhetorical question to involve the reader and introduce the argument. We can find other devices include the metaphor. The beloved is compared to a summer's day to highlight superior beauty. You can find here personification. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May. Personification. Alliteration also, which is using the same sound in the beginning of a group of words which are close together. Here, rough winds do shake the darling buds of May. Alliteration. Do, darling. Alliteration. Do, darling. This is alliteration. Stay safe and sound. Assalamu alaikum.